What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. If I look tired, it's because I got up extra early today. I'm actually awake during the daytime. Fortunately, we just put up new blackout curtains that make it impossible for the sun to rain in here, but you can probably see it there under the door. I'm awake and recording a video during the daytime, and it's weird. Hey, this is my rambling series. It's my vlogging series. I want to talk about myself and life, the universe, things around me, and things that are particularly interesting to me. I mostly talk about myself and these things and the YouTube channel a little bit. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Look, there's light. Look at that. You can see it over there by my plasma sword. There's light coming in. Weird. But yeah, I just finished filming with Philip DeFranco for his podcast, which I think is this weekend's podcast or it's next weekend's podcast. Watch out for that. I'll let you know on Twitter when it's going to go live. We filmed for a good 30, 45 minutes. It was actually really nice. And we sat and chatted a little before, a little after. You know, it's funny. Philip DeFranco is one of the just greatest YouTubers. I've watched him for the longest time. But I got to tell you, I met him 2 years ago for the first time, and he was so ridiculously nice. Now, you'll know I'll say that about 90% of YouTubers that I've ever spoken with or I've ever met. I've never met really a shitty YouTuber or like a bad person. They've turned out to be pretty awesome. At least they were awesome to me most of the time. Philip DeFranco, I don't know, I kind of expected him to be a little standoffish when I met him. He was the opposite of that, and he was definitely the opposite of that today. It's so much fun being on a show. I hope I get asked back one day. He's a lot of fun to talk to. It's a lot of fun to hang out with and a lot of fun to work with. And definitely knows his shit better than just about anybody else. He knows the YouTube game in and out. He knows how to make great content, stuff that me and my wife occasionally watch. I guess, actually, I shouldn't say occasionally. Probably 4 or 5 days a week we watch a show. And it was an honor to be on there, so watch out for that. Doom dropped last night. And I got my collector's edition coming, which I'll probably unbox for the gameplay channel. And as of right now, as I'm filming this, I'm uploading my first impressions video to that on the gameplay channel. And I'll link that gameplay channel, as always, down below. If I forget to do that, it's youtube.com/boogieplays. And if you want to see my first impressions, here's a short version of my first impressions. Wow. I did not like the multiplayer. During that multiplayer beta, I did not enjoy the multiplayer. I thought, this is not Doom. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. What I got in the campaign is exactly what I expected and exactly what I wanted. Lots and lots of demons spawning in on you, jumping in on you, coming out of nowhere, super fast-paced action, lots of crippling blows, lots of explosions, lots of fatalities, via the glory system, gore in your face. It's an erotic, ultra-violent, daydream, orgasmic, hellish landscape. Yeah. I don't know how long the campaign is, because I'm really only about 2 hours into it, but first impressions are, yay. Go check out that video if you want to see some of the gore and see what's made me excited about it. Now, when I tried launching it on stream last night, it took forever to download it. Then it took forever to get it to finally launch, and then once it did launch, I hadn't updated my drivers. If you're playing it on PC, update your drivers, but once you do, it runs smooth as butter. It runs smooth as butter, and it made me feel very, very, very good. And I'm really, really enjoying that game so far. I'm hoping with the snap map system that lets anybody create maps or whatever, I'm hoping that people will be able to create really cool maps and be able to share them with the community. I don't know how they're supposed to share them. I don't know if it's built into the snap map system. I don't know if you're supposed to post them on a forum or something. Hopefully they have some sort of social sharing, whatever. You can play popular maps or whatever. I think it would be super interesting if that's something you're capable of doing, because I think even just creating your own maps and then putting them up on your YouTube channel or whatever, that would be fun, or going through them in stream, but obviously letting other people try your maps and creating just bizarre stuff. That's what made the original Doom great, was all the mods and all of the maps that people would hand create and then putting those out there and getting to play that stuff. That's what made the original Doom great, is there was a limitless amount of Doom to play, and hopefully they'll recapture that here, and if they do, that's great. I think it's okay to wait till that game's on sale, probably. Because I don't know how long the campaign is. But I do think if you are the kind of person that doesn't mind spending $60 on a video game and you like to play it when it's new and fresh and popular, this is definitely, I don't know if it's going to be a game that you should walk away from. I think it's probably one to buy if you like making demons explode with your knee or with a shotgun, which I love. It just feels like gaming to me. I said that in the video and I'll say it again here. That kind of just orgasmic violence feels so good. It feels so right. Let's see. Otherwise, YouTube is doing pretty good here. I've been uploading some different content. I've been reserving unboxings and stuff for the gameplay channel and not really doing those here. I love doing those though. And I've decided to start doing more. Now, they're some of my least viewed videos here on YouTube. People don't respond to them the way they would some of the other stuff I do. That's fine. I think it was Hank Green who said, a sideshow series is not one of the most popular series at all out there. But it's important that they make it for the people who do want to watch it. And I think that's true. I think that's true that, for the people who do want to watch my unboxings, and the people who do want to watch my rambling videos, and the people who do want to watch that stuff, it's important content. And I know I always have to play that stupid YouTube algorithm game about making sure you guys are watching enough of a video or the highest percentage of the video possible and get your watch time up and all that stupid shit. And I have to avoid certain topics and I have to go for certain topics. I know that I always have to play that circle jerk game, but at the end of the day, fuck the algorithm and fuck all that. I'm just going to try to upload what feels good and what feels right, what I'm in the mood to film, and hopefully you'll watch it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and hopefully the algorithm won't hate me and destroy my channel and destroy my livelihood, and then I'll have to just fucking crawl into a hole and die. One of the video ideas I've had for a while, and I may film this next week, is looking at all the failed things I've ever done. Like recently I said that I was going to take a break from the drama talk, possibly being done with it forever, which is very likely, actually, I think. And I do want to clarify something I said about that, so remind me to do that. And then people are going to get mad because I'm going to put the word drama in the comment section or in the title of the video, and they're going to think, oh, you're just view whoring. And if you're the person who did that, aha, gotcha. I knew you would do that. But anyway, being done with that chapter of the channel, I thought about, what about all the other things I've given up over the years, the things that I tried that failed, the Boogie Nights podcast, which I think may come back in some variation. People on the subreddit have asked for me to bring that back, or the Lol What series. Take a look at all these experiments that I've had in the past that worked and didn't work, the ones that failed, and past characters like Jesse and Pastor Jacob and why they failed and stuff like that. I think that'd be an interesting video to make later in the week. But what I wanted to do is, a lot of people were behind the idea of taking a break from the drama, not talking about the drama. Most people seem to be happy with that. A lot of people missed the point that I was making, which isn't that people are pressuring me out of it, or that people are telling me that I shouldn't do it, or trying to blackmail me. It's because at the end of the day, I need to create the kind of content that I want to create. And ultimately, I realized that if I'm doing damage to somebody like Matthew Santoro or Toby Turner, even if they are not 100% correct, even if they are fucking up, I don't want to do damage to those types of people. And I don't want to profiteer from doing damage to anybody. I don't want to be the kind of person that adds to the problem. I want to be the person that subtracts to the problem or fixes problems, or hopefully, manages to avoid problems altogether. That would be more who I'd want to be, and that's going to help me sleep better at night. But more importantly, I want to drive home that I'm not, when it's a negative topic, when it's something like, who's fucking who, or who's addicted to what, or who jerked off where. I don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. It's not interesting to me. Leave that to the other people who talk about this stuff. That's fine. What they do, it's up to them. That's fine. If you guys want to watch it, that's fine. I don't want to do that. But when it comes to stuff like the Fine Brothers and their policy and how it affects YouTube, when it comes to stuff like where's the fair use, or when it comes to stuff like make YouTube great again, things that affect the channel, I'm still going to talk about those. And if people don't like that, they can fuck off, because that stuff's important. That's important to me. That's important to YouTube. And ultimately, it's important to you guys. I'll talk about stuff like YouTube Red. I'll talk about YouTube policy. I'll talk about, fair use. I'll talk about that stuff. I'll try not to drag names into it. I'll try not to point fingers. I'll try not to crap all over somebody. But when it's that stuff and it affects my livelihood, it affects your form of entertainment, it affects my life, it affects our channel, it affects our YouTube experience, us together, then of course I'm still going to talk about it. A lot of people are like, well, Boogie, that's disappointing if you're not going to talk about this stuff. Definitely am. And I'll still talk about new stuff. The next time a gamer goes to jail, or the next time, for some bullshit thing, the next time someone gets bullied online, that stuff I'm still going to talk about. But like I said, I'll try not to be so fucking dramatic about it. I'll try not to ride whatever circle jerk there is. But it's so funny. My audience, some of you are just as behind me as you've always been, and I appreciate that, and I love that. I love the unconditional love you guys have for me, and I have that same love back for you. Some of you, though, have been fairly critical, so much that, like, when I made a Call of Duty video earlier in the week, raging about the new Call of Duty, and Francis being the character that's doing it. Oh, you're just doing this for the views. You're just doing it for those clicks. You're just doing whatever's popular for the Francis rage. You're just parroting the internet. Duh! That's the entire point of the character. That's the whole point of the character. I see what people are complaining about. I parrot what they say. I blow it completely out of proportion. I make it look silly. I make it look absurd. And then I add the character to that. And that's the entire point of the character. And I may or may not actually care about the topic I'm talking about. I may or may not actually mean the things that I'm saying. But at the end, it's always the explosion poking fun of how serious people take a game like Call of Duty. I get it. This new Call of Duty looks shitty. I like the last Call of Duty. I've liked a couple of the Call of Duties. I'm not going to, organize a campaign to dislike the video, though. But I understand why people are, because they're tired of Activision not listening to them. So I'm going to poke fun of that while also delivering the same message, while also, helping you guys out, while also kind of making fun of everything. That's the whole point of the character. It's just so funny how critical people are becoming on YouTube right now. But it all comes down to this. You can't please all of the people all of the time, and only a fool would try. And I'm not worried about pleasing those of you who can't be pleased. I'm not worried about pleasing those of you who are hard to please. Those of you who are already happy with me, or happy with my life, or happy with the job I do here on YouTube, or the streams I make on Twitch, or the gameplay I make on my gameplay video, or my commentary on social stuff, that's who I'm worried about. The people who generally like me, I generally like you, and we're always going to be friends. And the rest of the people, well, there's plenty of other YouTube to watch, and there's plenty of other people to yell at. And hopefully they'll pick those topics and pick those people and pick those channels. I'm always open to constructive criticism, but when it's non-constructive, well, what can you do except ignore it, right? That said, guys, I love you very much. Thank you for watching. I'll speak with you again very soon. Let's do a little keyword here. And it's a big word, so I know it's going to be difficult. But do you guys have any criticism for me? Do you want to critique anything I'm doing here? Do you have any advice for the channel? Do you have any advice for my life? Do you have any advice for anything in the world? If you're critical, or you want to critique, or you have any criticism, use some variation of that word. Criticism, critique, critical. I don't know. If you use some variation of that word in your comment section below, I'll know you made it all the way to the end of this, I'm guessing, 11-minute video. And I thank you for doing it. Guys, have a great weekend. I love you very much. And I'll speak with you again soon. Man, it's going to be a good week. I got some Doom to play. I got Uncharted to play. Video games are so good right now. And Overwatch is right around the corner. And I can't get into Battleborn for some reason. Guess I wasn't born for battle. See you guys.